Welcome to my video. Today we're going to talk about maintaining vacuums. See if it measures up. If it measures up and make sure that it's ready to go, then we can go ahead and vacuum. But first of all, we're going to talk about getting it ready to vacuum. The first thing that you want to do, inspect the vacuum coil. Making sure that there is no wires that are coming out. If there's wires coming out, do not plug it in. Make sure that you have it fixed, whether you're yourself, to put in a new cord or tape it up properly and get it ready to vacuum. After that is inspected, then you go on to inspect your canister or vacuum bag. If it is a vacuum canister, you take the canister out and say, oh, looks like it needs to be cleaned out. So what we'll do is we'll put it in the trash. We see that on here that we need to make sure that it is cleaned up. So we go over here to find another vacuum that you might have, or a wet dry vacuum. So now that we've got that vacuumed out, we put this back in. Make sure it's back in the socket here. There are a couple of things you might want to do. If you feel like the filter is still just didn't quite get cleaned good enough, this is a brand new filter and you can put that on. Like I said, this is the same way. You go and this snaps out and you can put your brand new filter right back in, snapping it right back in place. Then you put it back back into the canister and ready to go. Now, for those of you that may not have those on hand, let's go over here to the vacuum. At the bottom of the vacuum, right here, gives the indication of the model and make of your vacuum. And you could go in there and make sure you get all those numbers and then go online and order from the particular manufacturer of that vacuum the parts that you need to do your work. Also, the next thing that I like to do is, after cleaning out your canister, getting that ready, sometimes you have hair or string or whatever build up on your beater balls, on your vacuum brushes. And so it's so important to make sure that you go in and clean up your beater balls. Make sure that everything's cleaned up there, because what happens sometimes, we have the beater balls that get build up with the hair, and then it gets into the belt of the vacuum and causes all sorts of havoc. Belt to break or come loose, and you need to replace it. So this is just part of the maintenance to help you, and you just make sure that you go around and take out all of the hair that is built up on your vacuum, making sure that it's ready to go. Okay? So once you've got all that cleaned up, it looks like everything is ready to go. You then put back the filter, put this other one back because it's not quite ready to replace. The replacement on these filters, it can go maybe a year or so before you need to replace your filters. So just kind of up to the individual of how it seems to be vacuuming. If it doesn't seem to be sucking very well, you may want to take a look at getting a new filter for it. Okay, so once that's all done, you go ahead and you put the canister back in, and it's ready to go. A bag on your vacuum instead of a canister. You want to make sure that the bag is about half to 3/4 full, then replace. Same thing on your canister, half 3/4, then replace it or empty it before starting again. That way it gives it the optimum vacuuming and sucking on your vacuum. Sometimes on the paper bags, you'll find that when you go in to check your bag, vacuum cleaner bag, that there's a lot of dust and all the garbage that you pick up in your vacuum clung right to the edge, right by where you fit this into the vacuum. You'll want to make sure that you clean that up and shake it really good so that it falls away from the area that you put into the vacuum. That way it also allows you to have better suction on your vacuum. Okay, I think we're about ready to go for doing the vacuuming. I've inspected the work and it's brilliant. It's ready to go. So, subscribe if you like the video, and we'll take you to the next one explaining how to run the vacuum.